Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to World Talk Virtual Edition. Hopefully, all of you are hanging in there during the quarantine, and we've decided to begin filming the World Talk again during this quarantine period. So today we're going to be talking about how China does not like journalists, jails them, and Canada, banning assault weapons. So Aiden, since you've wanted to rant about China for the longest time, you have the floor.
Wow, thanks. Okay. So China has recently banned yet another journalist in an incredible track record of censoring freedom of speech in the country, because they criticized the Chinese government about their response to the coronavirus outbreak. They claimed that if the government had been more open about the outbreak happening in the first place, that the virus would not have spread into what it is today, into a global pandemic. And because of this, the government is accusing them of slander and attempting to dirty the name of the Communist Party in China.
And I'm going to stop you right there. You're frozen completely. So how about you, for right now, let's see how it works if we just see your A thing, because it's not completely bad, and we'll tell everyone that you just have bad Wi-Fi.
Nice.
Right.
You may want to say because it does freeze for you as well. That was a problem.
Yeah, no, but if I have the horrible school picture, so I'm staying like this.
Okay,
and so you have a watermark on your thing, so copyright. I'm kidding. Right. We're gonna. Yeah, it says something that ends in "ox."
Yeah. Okay. So look, there's the copyright, so I won't get. I can't claim this as my own, which I'm not doing anyway.
Right. We start from the beginning in 3, 2, 1. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the World Talk Virtual Edition. We've decided that during this quarantine period, since it's going on much longer than we had first anticipated, we're going to start filming virtual World Talk episodes. And for the first episode back, we're going to be talking about how China yet again jails journalists and how Canada decided to ban all assault weapons. Now, Aiden, since I know you wanted to talk about China on the World Talk for the longest time, the floor is yours.
Yeah, I have a deep-seated fascination with this anti-democracy, anti-freedom style of government. But recently, yet another journalist in a string of unprecedented arrests has been jailed for, I believe, 13 years by the Communist Party in China. This journalist dared to criticize the government by saying that they should have been more open with their response to the coronavirus, and that if they had not kept it in secrecy for the first initial stages of the outbreak, then the virus would not have spread into what it is today, which is a global pandemic and a international health crisis. Now, this is obviously not the first journalist to have ever been jailed in China. In fact, China is infamous in the world for cracking down on freedom of speech, with the most number of journalists jailed by sheer volume out of any country. So, as such, the Chinese government has clearly shown where they stand on the right to freedom of speech for all humans. Obviously, this is a violation of his human rights, at least in the eyes of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. But the government says that his report was specifically designed to slander the good name of the Chinese Communist Party. So,
well,
Carlos,
go ahead.
With all this sort of new information that's coming to light about this guy, do you think China made the correct response in jailing this journalist for slander?
No, I absolutely disagree with the actions of the Chinese Communist Party. I know freedom of speech is not a right guaranteed in China. It should be. It should be a basic human right that journalists can say whatever they want about their government. But I also think China got a little mad that, oh, he's going to reveal to the world that we're kind of hiding secrets about the coronavirus numbers in China, which, let's be honest, everyone already suspects it anyways. And every time China jails a journalist, they've done it so many times, it's not even new news anymore. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's countless many other journalists that have been jailed that not even the public knows about.
Yeah, it's absolutely heartbreaking that this is what China gets to be known for. At one point in history, it used to be known for sort of being enlightened, was the center of the world. Everyone wanted to be like China just because of how wealthy and prosperous and incredible it was. But this is what it is now. This is unfortunately the sad reality of China.
And also, I'm sure you know this because you're a big history buff. I mean, you like history. You know, China. One of the leaders of China just went to hid himself in the mountains. To learn how to have good morals. I don't think the Chinese Communist Party has good morals, in my opinion, at least.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'd argue that in the eyes of most Westerners, that the Chinese government does not practice good morals. But of course, then you start getting into
Of course, the Communist Party of Canada thinks the Communist Party is practicing Confucianism and having good morals.
I'm sorry, you got cut out a little bit.
Canada, I mean, I'm pretty sure Canada has a Communist Party, right? And I believe, I mean, I'm going to assume that they think Communist Party has good morals. They're both communists.
Okay, but it's a Western Communist Party.
True. And let's be fair, it's a fringe party. They don't win more than a seat in the parliament, or two, maybe three.
Still a Western party, because Canada is technically part of the West. But that's getting a little sidetracked, because if we start talking about this, then we also need to start mentioning cultural relativism and how is it like moral for us as Westerners to judge them as them with our morals, if that makes sense. But
yeah, we on time crunch. We're not going to get into the ins and outs of philosophy in this particular episode or any episode. Yeah. We're not a philosophy show. We're a politics show. Anyways, my take on it is,
I think it'd be interesting. I'm just
political philosophy. Maybe we can do that in the future. But you ask my opinion. I think China is wrong every time they jail someone for freedom of speech. It is still wrong, and because I said that, China will now murder me.
Well, I mean, I'm not disagreeing with you there, but yeah, unfortunately, this is going to probably be a sad reality unless something does happen to the Communist Party. But for the foreseeable future, it's not looking like this is going to change.
I mean, yeah, I highly doubt that the Chinese Communist Party is gonna not be in power anytime soon. I mean, there's no way another party can take control of a one-party state.
Yeah, but
you never know. You remember all of these liberals. I mean, not in the term of being a liberalist, but in the term of liberal and realist perspectives. Liberal perspective has always said, "Oh, with trade, China will become more democratic." It's not happened yet, but we can hope.
Yeah, it's because China is simply it's a incredible exception, and as we've seen for the last 20 or 30 years, economic liberation has not correlated at all to
the textbook
social and civil liberation as well. Yeah.
Anyways, we both. I mean, I'm assuming your opinions on China jailing journalists for freedom of speech is pretty similar to mine, since we both come from the Western world. I mean, we would have to get someone from the Eastern countries to see if they think alike, although we don't have anyone and very hard to find someone during quarantine. But our opinions are both pretty alike. China should not jail based on slandering the government.